Hello and welcome back to the FPL Tom YouTube channel. If you do enjoy today's video, please like and subscribe for more FPL content. In today's video, we'll be discussing the best options to bring in for Game Week 28, players you should be looking to sell, and some cheeky differentials at the end. First player in today's video is Harry Kane. Now, Harry Kane has come back into form with 3 goals and 1 assist in his past 5 game weeks. He doesn't have a double in 28, only playing Everton at home, but he does have a double in 29. It's a mixed double with United away and Brighton away. Now, the reason I'm recommending Harry Kane is over the past 5 game weeks, he's had the highest expected FPL points out of all forwards, and is second for expected non-penalty goals, only behind Cristiano Ronaldo by a few points as well, so it's really tight up there. Kane also has a fantastic record against Everton, as he scored 11 goals in 13 Premier League appearances, so definitely a captaincy pick for this week for me. If you're looking at other players as well from Spurs, I'd also recommend Heung-min Son if you can't afford Harry Kane or are heavily stacked in the midfield. The next player on the list is Rafinha. Now, he's got a fantastic double in 28 with Leicester and Villa. Leicester have just been shipping goals all season, and Aston Villa, although they got the win against Brighton, I still don't think they've impressed me so far under Gerrard, and I still think they're a fixture to be attacked as well. You've also got the fact that Leeds are going to have a new manager bounce with Jesse Marsch being announced just a few minutes ago, actually, when I'm recording this video. So Jesse Marsch has come in, and again, he plays this high intensity football, so hopefully Rafinha kind of fits into that model and can kick on a little bit, because he has been a little bit poor in the past 5 game weeks. Only 1 goal, only 1 big chance created as well. Dan James has actually outperformed him pretty much every stat you can see on screen, so he has been a little bit poor, Rafinha. This is definitely one where you go in fixtures over form, but it is really good double to attack. And then on game week 29 as well, you've got Norwich, who are bottom for expected goals conceded. He's also at a really good price point as well at 6.5 million, and you've also got to take into account Leeds are currently sat 6 for XG over the past 5 game weeks, so it's not like they've struggled to create opportunities. And I definitely think with Jesse Marsch coming in, that just that new person around the club, sometimes it can have an impact on certain players. Fingers crossed it's Rafinha, and he's definitely a captaincy option as well for me, because that is a fantastic double you should be targeting this game week. On to my first sell of the video, it is Bruno Fernandes. Now, I have owned Bruno for the past 5 game weeks, and I'm not going to lie, I've absolutely loved it. He's been a terrific player for me, and as you can see from his stats, he's done pretty well. He probably should have done even better, definitely should have got a return against Watford. You just got to look at the expected non-penalty goals, 3.09, and he's only scored 2. Look at the assists as well, expected assists 2.34, and he's only got 1 assist. He's been a terrific player for me, and I imagine over the next few game weeks he's still going to get returns, but you've just got to look at the 3 fixtures at the top. No doubles as well for United: City, Tottenham and Liverpool away in the next 3. So for Bruno, it's nothing against him personal. We're just moving him on to someone like Son in the case of my team, just purely down to the fixtures. But I imagine he's just going to keep ticking over quite nicely, especially with the stats and especially with the way United are playing. I know people have questioned a few United performances, but they've definitely got better, and you can see that with the underlying data as well. So I imagine Bruno's just going to keep ticking along nicely. Maybe becomes an option later in the season when United have good fixtures again. But for me, with the next 3 fixtures, no doubles as well in sight, he's definitely one that I'm going to be selling, and you should look to sell too. The next player to sell is Jarrod Bowen, and Jarrod Bowen has kind of just fallen by the wayside a little bit. As you can see, he's overperforming on his XG, overperforming on his expected XG as well. It's a little bit of an emotional decision you've got to make with this one, because Jarrod Bowen has been so good over the past few game weeks that, you know, you've got to kind of put your FPL hat on and just go, okay, his numbers have dropped, the fixtures are turning, we just got to take Bowen out. I know he's been a great player, and there is a run for West Ham in 31, 32 and 33 that's pretty nice, so you could bring him back in then. But for the next few game weeks, for me, he's a player you've got to be looking to get rid of. He's got high ownership as well, so you want to get shifted off him quickly and put your money elsewhere into a Rafinha, or if you want to upgrade him to a Son, or even look at a Chelsea player if they double in 28. You've also got to look at the fact that West Ham have the FA Cup still, they've got the Europa League, and they've got no fixtures to be arranged. So for me, it's an easy sell for Jarrod Bowen. My first differential for this video, and it's going to come as a little bit of a shock. It's Martin Dubravka. Now, Dubravka has kept 3 clean sheets in the past 5 game weeks and then has only conceded 2 goals with an expected clean sheet of 2.48. You've just got to look at Newcastle's defence. It's tightened up. They've now got the 3rd best XG conceded in the league, only beaten by Arsenal and Chelsea. And Chelsea have only played 2 games as well, and Arsenal have only played 4. Newcastle have played 5, so Newcastle have played more games. So if we were to put it down to 5, they would be the best team on XG conceded. Dubravka as well is only 4.4 million, so he's at a nice price point where, you know, if you're on a wild card or a free hit, or you're just looking for a backup goalkeeper to Ramsdale, who doubles this week, then he's a great player. He's got back-to-back doubles as well. Looking at the fixtures, he's got Brighton at home and Southampton away. Brighton, again, I've not really been impressed by them, and I think the underlying data has kind of shown that as well, with them being in the middle of the pack, not really creating too much, not really conceding too much, so I expect him to get at least 1 clean sheet in this double. You've also got to look at expected FPL points for Dubravka as well. He's currently 2nd highest, only beaten by Nick Pope, who played an extra fixture as well. So he's definitely a player who I'm looking to bring in my team. I'm on a wildcard, so I'm looking to bring him in. And he's only at 1.3% ownership. And Newcastle have looked really good at the back in the recent weeks, and the underlying data is supporting that as well. Back-to-back doubles, he's got to be a player hot on the lips. My final player in today's video is Kulusevski, or Kulusevski. Yeah, however you want to pronounce it. I'm not Swedish. I'm not even going to attempt to say that I'm right or I'm wrong. You can correct me in the comments. He's really hit the ground running at Spurs. He's kind of come into their team and, you know, just provided that little bit of extra life. As you can see, he is overperforming on his expected data. So you've got to take a risk with that one. But if you're looking for an alternative to Son or Kane, or you're looking, maybe you've got Harry Kane and you want another Spurs player, he's definitely one to target at only 6 million, an absolute bargain. He's got a nice fixture, obviously, in 28, similar to Kane, and a double in 29 as well, so you can take advantage of that. He's also an interesting stat that I discovered. He has the same number of touches in the box as Son over the past 5 game weeks. He's definitely been involved in the play. And I think he's another player who's just hitting form at the right time, so you want to take advantage of that. He's at a nice price point as well for most teams. But yeah, they were my picks for players you should be buying, players that you should be selling, and differentials for Game Week 28. If you have enjoyed today's video, please subscribe, please like the video, and if there are any suggestions that you would make for this video, then put them down in the comments below.